Good morning, everybody. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It is 6:30 in the morning. It's your man Dre Mac going over with you guys the spoiler review of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Now, I would advise you this is a complete spoiler review. So if you have not seen this movie, I'd advise you to get up out of here now. So go, don't watch this. Now, if you don't mind being spoiled, go ahead and stay. Because I kind of want you here. I need the numbers. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, man. I'm live. Make sure you give me a thumbs up in the video. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, we're going over Thor. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm looking at in my face right now, but we're going over Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I'm going to be discussing this movie, but the real question is
Are you ready?
all right, let's get this mug cracking. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Hopefully, you guys are doing wonderful. You're doing beautiful today. It's just one of those days, man. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I am tired. I am like dead to the world tired. I'm not even gonna hold you. Let me see if I can do a couple things real quick because I got some videos I want to kind of to share. Well, I actually want to put on this. Wonder can I share them in my? I save them to my files. Yeah, let's try to save them to the. No, yeah, try to save them to my files. But I wanted like I'm trying to get to my thought of this. I'm trying to put this up. I'm trying to get these added to my files. I just really just kind of thought about it like, man, I need to save these videos to my file so it'd be easier for me to upload certain video clips I want to share on the show. And this is a perfect way to do that. Let me see if I could be able to do that. See if this will let me do it real quick. And if I can't, I will most definitely because I want to. Yeah. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not gonna talk about this movie just yet. I'm waiting for everybody to come in. And don't forget to give the video a like. Don't forget to like the video. You can share the video with your friends. This is on YouTube right now and everything. So, you know, um, all right. So before we get started, we're trying to get some people in here, but I know this is a spoiler review of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Went to go see the movie yesterday. Did a non-spoiler review. So if you don't want to stick around for this video, go watch my non-spoiler review. It just tells you how my initial thoughts of the actual video and of the movie, and my thoughts haven't changed. Before I get started, though, I just want to share with y'all because people be thinking, oh man, you don't be buying this, or you share a couple of comics. Just got these, and this was actually last week's bundle. I just didn't show you guys because I don't know what I had a lot of stuff going on, but just got the last one and then the Lost Years. This is a variant cover. I have to actually order the first print cover and the most disrespectful cover of all times. Black Panther number 14 with Namor saying Wakanda's new protector, Namor. Yo, this is totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. I just got this in the mail a couple days ago, and I couldn't wait to get this. And this is Black Panther number 13. I'm not gonna lie, Ridley's run has been utterly disappointing. McKay's run, the Moon Knight, is still going on. It's still really good. This actually has a special guest appearance by Blade in this. Duga's run on X-Men, still running that. Um, this was a variant. This was actually pretty cool that I got a homage variant cover of Moon Knight. That's number 19. Thor, I have been reading Thor this whole entire time. This is Legacy of Thanos Part 2. Um, if you guys want me to start covering some of these, let me know in the comment section. If you want me to start covering the actual comics itself. X Force number 37, who was a man with the peacock tattoo. Um, I got this in. Shout out to the guy at the comic place that I get this from. Got me this bloodline daughter of Blade. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Elevating black characters and they're creating more black characters, even the daughter of Blade. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Marauders is still going strong. Marauders number 10 right here. They sleep on Marauders, honestly. And then, my main man, DP Deadpool, you know what I mean? With him with the Carnage symbiote. This is wild, nuts stuff. So yeah, enough of that. Enough for the actual comics, and let's get into the review of this movie. Now, my thoughts have not changed after, sitting on it for about, let me see, when to go see it, three, about a little over 12 hours. The movie is nowhere close to horrible. Nowhere close. Like, I'm going to show you guys this before I kind of go any further. Now, I made a video that Rotten Tomatoes gave Ant-Man and the Wasp a 51 Rotten Tomato score. Look at what they gave Thor: Love and Thunder. Let me just share you my screen so you guys can be able to see what I'm seeing. They gave Thor: Love and Thunder a 64. Still not great, but it's fresh. A 64% Rotten Tomato score, 77% for the audience. And to me, that was one of the weaker movies in phase four was Thor Love and Thunder. Way too many jokes, not enough time to let things marinate. Everything was joke after joke after joke after joke after joke after joke. You know what I mean? Until Jane died and Gore died. You know what I mean? But it wasn't no stakes, no any of that. You know what I mean? So when I look at that movie, I'm like, yo, how did that get 64%? But Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania got 51% by the critics. So I'm not listening to the critics. I wish I was on Rotten Tomatoes that I could be able to give my opinion. Let me just tell you. So let me tell you the good that I like about this movie. For one, the atmosphere, the world building is freaking incredible. I mean, they get there's a MacGuffin that goes down, which I'm gonna get to the things that I did not like, but the good. They get to the quantum realm based on MacGuffin device that gets them into the quantum realm, and when they're in the quantum realm, something that has been missing since Ant-Man, we forgot about Ant-Man and the Wasp because we went from Ant-Man and the Wasp right into Avengers Infinity War because that's literally was the next well, no, I think it was Captain Marvel. And then we went into Infinity War. And we didn't really understand what Janet went through. How did she get powers, this quantum energy? Any of that was not explained at all because we were getting to the quantum energy, using that as a way to be able to time travel, go back and forth in time, so on and so forth. So we never got to explore the quantum realm. In this movie, it finally explains what Janet Van Dyne has went through, or some of the things. Now she was playing, the what you call that, the guessing game, like who is this person you're mad at, who is this person that you pissed off, who is this person you was a terrorist to, he's coming, who the hell is he, you know what I mean? But that sets up obviously the reveal of Kane the Conqueror, you know what I mean, this version of Kane the Conqueror. Now, um, so we got to explore that. We got a little bit more of Janet Van Dyne's origin story, which was great. That was incredible. We needed to get what the hell, well, not origin story, but what the hell she was doing in the quantum realm anyway. Why does she know about these time vortexes and all of this? Why does she know so much? Well, we got to, to explore that. One thing that people were complaining about is that we didn't spend enough time with Scott. If I'm not mistaken, for the first two movies, we got to actually spend time. This is the third movie. We got to spend time with Scott in the first movie. We got to spend a lot of time with Scott in the first movie. We got to spend time with Scott in the second movie, even though he was, kind of being used to get Janet out of the quantum realm, so on and so forth. But we got to spend time with him as a father, and him with his daughter, and the importance of, what he have to go through, and for him, have to get the helping out the Avengers. I completely understand that. That was one of the things that he needed to do. We already got that established. So now, what does he do when he's in a particular situation that involves his daughter? Now his daughter is, older. She's one of those people that goes in protests, and like she was in jail because she was protesting. She wants to do the right thing. You know, I know some people will call her a social justice warrior, but basically that's what she's doing. She's out there. She wants to protest. She wants to do the right thing. Her heart is in the right place. So when they catch up with her early in the film, she is locked up. Now, at the time, Hank just he doesn't want her to fall through the same trap, so he's constantly telling her things that he would do, which is a lot of dad humor and stuff like that. And I'm a big fan of Paul Rudd. So when they was talking about all Paul Rudd's humor wasn't, I don't know if they was looking for slapstick. I don't know if they was looking for, big ha 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 moments or whatever. It was just subtle things that he would say that, I really liked. Um, then you got you Hope and the dynamic between Hope. Now, Hope doesn't have a lot of screen time in this, and but the screen time that she does have, she absolutely nails it. Hank is not really in the movie for real. I mean, he's in it, but he is basically a supporting character through this. And I had a prediction that he was going to be the one that died. Spoiler warning: no one dies in this movie. Well, West, I guess we don't think. I don't know. We don't know if he's dead or not. But and I'm gonna get to that part too. Um, but Hank is a supporting character. Jonathan Majors is Kane the Conqueror. Yo, dope. I'm not gonna lie. He Since this movie, and I said this in my non-spoiler review, this movie gives me a lot of Star Wars Episode 4 vibes when you're the first movie in a trilogy. A first movie, which again, this is going into Kang Dynasty and going into Secret Wars. The vibe that this version of Kang gave me was straight up Darth Vader, straight up Anakin Skywalker, and I completely loved it. Completely loved it. Jonathan killed this role. Now, you know, did he overshadow the protagonist in this movie? Yeah and no. And the reason why I say yes, because he is a figure that once he steps on screen, he literally dominates the screen. But Paul Rudd wasn't bad at all in this film, especially going with a presence as far as what Jonathan is oozing, as far as that evil character, as far as that well calculated character, of the character who is on a mission, and that is because he's the exiled king. He needs to get out of the quantum realm. You're gonna help me do it. You're gonna go get this piece that goes into my time machine, and you're going to help me get up out of here. Whether you like it or not, I will kill your family. And I'm not playing. And there is scenes where he's not playing. Even the jokes that happen, which I'm gonna get to the bad, but even some of the jokes that they're trying to joke while he's on screen, he literally dead it on the spot. Like, yo, dude, it's not joking. If this version of Kang is not joking, what are the other versions? And then he who remains said this: if you are afraid of, or if you are afraid of me, Just think of what you see with my variants. In his variants are not playing, especially that version of Kang. Super dope. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Also, I'm gonna say good because this to me, this needed if Kang is so much of a conqueror, he has to conquer something if he's called Kang the Conqueror. He conquered that area of the quantum realm. Those people were affected. And I was listening to a reviewer, and she was saying on her spoiler warning that we could have did without the rebellion. And it was too much Star Wars. It was too much Star Wars episode uh 6. You know what I mean? No, hold on, wait a minute. So 4, 5, 6. Episode 7. Too much of that. And those who's coming in, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like the video. Um, I would say this. If Kang is such a badass and he's a conqueror and he's there to conquer, then he needs an area to conquer. The people he conquered is right there. And Cassie and Scott Lang, they meet these characters, and we got to see how they felt on their end. You see what I mean? And we got to understand that, hey, this dude is really a bad dude. So they're coming to look for them. They're scared. They're terrified. Yes, you do want a revolutionary, a revolution over a guy like that. We seen this in Thor Ragnarok, where Hella comes in and she like, you already know what time it is. I'm coming to wreck all shop, and I love Hella. Hella was so dope because she didn't play any games. You know what I mean? Of course, all villains monologue. You know what I mean? But the way that she came in and the way that she handled business, this is the same thing that Kane was doing. So when the people rebelled, that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for people that's going to rebel. There has to be something that goes on. And that world was weird, but it was so awesome to see. It was like literally straight out of a Jack Kirby comic. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could. I want to show you like some Jack Kirby comic art that this remind me of, because a lot of people were, I mean, they said, yeah, the area's night. I mean, the scenes and stuff like that are nice. It's a little darker in some areas, and I get that. I completely get that, and I'm not taking anything away from that, because it is some scenes in the film where it is super dark. But let me share this tab. Let me share this tab, because literally this is what let me boost that picture. This is what is this? It's not what I wanted to do. What are you doing? There you go. Get this out of here. This is what I saw when we went down to the quantum realm and seen all these weird and wacky looking things in the quantum realm. That's what this is, Jack Kirby. And if anybody knows, Jack Kirby made stuff that looked like literally you thought about this in an acid dream, but his colors, the vibrance, you know what I'm saying? The way things look. This is incredible art. And that's what we saw when we were looking at when I was looking at this particular film. And I'm going to get to a couple other things that I'm saying that I have a problem with when it comes to I also want to show this because I think this is awesome. Let me get to matter of fact, this is perfect. Hold on. Let me do Jack Kirby. Yeah, Marvel art. Okay. This is perfect to show, because this shows you how weird and wacky and colorful and vibrant all this can basically look. Let me share this real quick. This this is what that world looks like. And if you're a true comic reader, you're gonna look at this video, you're gonna look at this movie like, dude, this does look like a comic book. This is like a literal comic book come to life. You know what I mean? And all the weird stuff that happens within comic books was literally in this movie. And I don't think a lot of people was giving it that credit, that props. There was nothing. Now, let me get to the things that. Oh, Bill Murray. Last but not least, Bill Murray's in this film. He is chef's kiss. The way that he portrayed his character, chef's kiss. Because he did it in a way where it's still Bill Murray, but man, it was a little like dark, darker. You know what I'm saying? Bill Murray. So again, that's what I liked. I'm gonna tell you the things that I didn't like. Or let me just say this. Let me get to the mechanized organism designed only for killing, which is Modoc. Modoc's CGI with the helmet on, spot on, perfect is so incredibly dope. So incredibly dope. If they could have just kept it with his mask on. But boy, Darren Cross being Modoc, I complete every time he popped on the screen, I busted out laughing. It was literally there's no jokes that the actor that's playing Darren Cross pulls off that is anywhere close to funny. But his face in that CGI is completely hilarious. I was dying when I seen that on screen. I'm like, what in the whole entire hell is this? And the actors were saying the same exact thing. It's basically like for real. I mean, you're using Darren Cross because Darren Cross got lost in the quantum. He went into the quantum realm in the first Ant-Man movie. So I know you're tying his story around to make him Modoc. I yeah, because Darren Cross, the actor, I don't know the actor's name of him, but the actor who's playing Darren Cross it's not they were trying to make him funny and to me, this is just to me, they were trying to make him more like the Modoc from the Hulu series. And you can't compete with that version. You just can't. The one from the Hulu series is amazing. Uh hold up, Mo. Let me do this real quick. Let me go to the Googles. Now, there I did hear people complain was like, Patton Oswalt. Of course, Patton Oswalt came and he's Pip, I believe. He was in the Eternals movie. And Patton Oswalt as Modoc is completely again. People hate that. Trust me. Go watch Modoc. Go turn your brain cells off. Have a good time. Watch that show. It is completely amazing. And I think they were trying to do that with Modoc and try to use like the Patton Oswalt version, and because he's really, really quippy and he's funny and stuff like that, and it didn't work. And I'm kind of glad he died, honestly, because it's a lot of. He was a low light. He was a low light. The second low light in this film. I'm sorry, they should have never recast Cassie Lang. They should have never. Okay, the girl from Detective Pikachu was getting on my nerves. I'm not even gonna hold you. She was getting on my nerves. And I'm saying this for a reason. Like she's in the Rotten Tomato scores keep going down. Now it's at 49%. But it says Google user 85% like this movie so far. But 49% of Rotten Tomatoes, this is nowhere. And I'm going to get to. I think this is the reason why. I'm going to get to this. But the young lady, Catherine Newton, um, yeah, she was not good at all. I didn't buy her as Cassie Lang. I felt the young lady who was in Infinity, I mean, in game. Should have been should have stayed as Cassie Lang. I don't know why they recast her. We can't recast T'Challa, but whatever. But anyway, they recast her. She's not good. She's not good. I'm not even gonna lie. I just didn't buy her. Especially you're in this weird world. First of all, there is a scene in the beginning of the movie where she talks about how she was doing this thing for she was away from her family for 5 years. She was looking at Grandpa Hank's um notes on quantum energy in the quantum realm, and she created a device that sends a beacon to the quantum realm. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. Nowhere, no how, nope. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't. I think that was just a way for her to seem smart, but I don't buy that crap. I would have been better. It would have been better if Hank was working on a project and he's the one who completed it instead of her. Why did they give that to her when it could have been Hank's? He came back out of the quantum realm. You know what I mean? We already have the time devices from Infinity War. How do we be able to send information back and forth into the quantum realm? So if someone got caught in the quantum realm, like how Scott and the Avengers had to get in the quantum realm to be able to go through the time vortexes and stuff like that to get to different places of time, that they could be able to locate them. To me, that would have been um, a better explanation. But for her to be like, yeah, I've been working on this for 5 years and I think I got it. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I just don't. She doesn't give off the vibe as somebody who could create that. You know what I mean? Like the first time we see Shuri and the way that Shuri talks and the sight, the vibe, the energy that she gives off. Catherine Newton was terrible. I'm sorry. She was now if I could complain about the movie, that was it. That was the part of the movie that I didn't like at all. I'm not even gonna hold you. Did not like that part. Um Very and I could see why people would complain about the screenplay as far as the writing for MODOK and the writing for Cassie. Her performance was just not convincing to me. That's what's it. Everybody else, cool. Cassie, no. MODOK was there for me. It was there for me. You know what I mean? It was there for me because I'm rolling. I'm having a good time. I'm cracking up. I liked it. I like just him being on there looking stupid and me having a good time with that. And I think it was a big fu um to Marvel Studios and the what they did, as far as how they treated him with the CGI. The ending, I would say this. The way that Kane kind of went out with a bunch of ants coming to get him, it was already kind of, and I'm not mad. It didn't come out the blue. I'm not going to say that it came out the blue because um, it was something that you kind of seen coming because the ants were explained. They were sent into the quantum realm, and that's what we got to see. You know what I mean? We got to see that towards the end, and yeah, it was a little silly, but you had to get rid of that version of Kang, just like He Who Remains, because mid-credit scene we see the Council of Kang and we see a Mortis, and I was trying to tell people that, did I say that it was He Who Remains? Was just him? What was a mix of? We were saying it was a mix of a Mortis and He Who Remains. No. That was just He Who Remains. He Who Remains Kang. You had a Mortis Kang. You had Ramatut Kang. I mean, Jonathan Majors over there with the biceps and stuff like that. The Ramatut Kang, and then you had the Scarlet Satyrian Kang. You had Victor Timely, because they're finally tying in the stuff that's in Disney Plus into the movies. Finally, that's finally coming together. Gave us a teaser for Loki season 2. I'm gonna just say this. This is one of those movies that is straightforward. It is a straightforward movie. There is a device Kane needs it. They get sucked in the quantum realm. Kane needs his device. Janet destroys the device. He needs Scott to be able to retrieve that device. You know what I'm saying? Get the device back. He needs to get out the quantum realm. They defeat him. You see awesomeness. You seeing, it was like little. There was people that was from the quantum realm. The one female warrior for the quantum realm. Yeah, yeah, the little blob dude that you got to drink his goo and you could be able to understand everybody in the quantum realm. Dude was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And then he made a whole joke, which I thought was hilarious because it was a setup, and I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? But it was. I didn't hear a lot of people because my theater wasn't packed. I went to the earliest show, so my theater wasn't packed. I was literally the only one laughing at Modoc. I wasn't laughing with the Modoc. I was laughing at Modoc because I thought that was funny. But like I said, the movie is nowhere close to bad. Like I said, besides Cassie and Modoc's dialogue, I didn't have no problem. Um, what's her name? Hold on, because I gotta look at the cast again. Um, oh God, Michelle Pfeiffer. Jesus, why I couldn't think of her name? Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, she was so dope. She was dope in a way where she didn't have to like show it. Like this is what I do like when women can be badasses and they ain't gotta flaunt it. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? Like, literally, Hope saves Scott. Hope saves Scott. And it wasn't like, yeah, I'm better than you, and I'm great. She just saved him. Like, you could interchange those characters, and I still get the same feeling. But I absolutely enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Paul Rudd is my guy. Shout out to Paul Rudd, Kansas City native. Go Chiefs. You know what I mean? Now, this is the commentary that I'm gonna end with. And I'm starting to see something which I'm gonna call Marvel fatigue. And I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to ruffle up some feathers, especially if you stand with me this long. We are in the stage of fatigue when it comes to the person that's winning all the time. We've seen this with the Chicago Bulls. People hated Michael Jordan because he won all the time. He won 3 straight, twice. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this with Tom Brady in sports with the Patriots. He wins too much. God, can somebody else win this time? And we cheered for him when he lost. Shout out to the Eagles winning that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying, in 2017. You know what I mean? Shout out to Eli's both 2 Super Bowls because people were tired of Tom Brady winning. Dude went 16-0, went all the way through the playoffs and lost. You know what I'm saying? And people was cheering for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though dude is literally the GOAT quarterback. He ain't hate that. You know what I mean? And we seen this in the horror genre. Remember, and I was talking to a good friend of mine. I was like, remember in the horror genre where it was this teen slasher film after teen slasher film after teen slasher film, and the 2000s it got kind of old. Then we went to the vampire portion of the 2000s. Let's not forget, we went through Twilight, we went through Underworld, we went through the Vampire Diaries. We went through, it was like vampires was like the thing. You know what I mean? And people got tired of it. I'm thinking we're going through superhero fatigue. And I'm going to say this because a lot of YouTubers that I watch, a lot of YouTubers that I respect, not the really, really, really big channels, but a lot of them is in the business now of just going on, getting in front of the camera and really just shitting on the product. And I'm just saying what it is. You know what I mean? And there is cause for certain concerns. I've already told you my feelings on Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I said Black Panther, and I would say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a very good film. It's a very well-made film. If it wasn't a Black Panther film, and I've always said it as a Black Panther film, it falls completely short of the mythos and the mythology and what makes Black Panther great as far as the comic book runs from the source material. And when you pull away from that source material, you can create your own thing and you think that's going to fly. Just like Ridley's Run right now, that's not gonna fly. People are going to reject it. That was the problem with Black Panther. When we went through quote unquote what they call the MCU, I could get the understanding for where people were coming from. She-Hulk turned me off, where everything is all these dudes are just bad. Everybody's bad, 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 bad. Men are bad. Women are great. Hulk stupid. She-Hulk great. You know what I'm saying? Look how quick I could do it, and Hulk took years to do it. It was utterly ridiculous, and I got turned off about it. But on the flip side of that, we had great shows like Moon Knight was fucking amazing, was very amazing. And it actually showed us how we could bring people back from the dead. It actually showed us, the duality of a character in a character study, if this is real or is this imaginary in his mind. And it was great. Werewolf by Night was great as an entry to the horror genre for Marvel. We're going to get Deadpool. We're going to introduce the R-rated side of the MCU. We literally should call it Marvel Knights, because literally that's what Marvel Knights was. But now we're in the business of getting behind the camera and just complaining about the product, even when there's really not that much wrong with it. And that's what I'm starting to get from a lot of these critics. A lot of these critics didn't like the first two Ant-Man films because they felt like, it's just Ant-Man. Ant-Man is not a big hero. He's, especially the Scott Lang version of Ant-Man, is really not a great. He's not Hank Pym. Hank Pym is Ant-Man. He's not, and that's okay. But to say that his films are just mid, they're not really that great, they're just fillers and stuff like that, it's totally a disservice to Peyton Reed and Paul Rudd and what they did. Some of the greatest moments in the MCU is in Ant-Man. When you have Luis recapping everything that happened, that is a great moment in the MCU. You could go back and watch that movie and have a good time watching it. It's not boring. It's not dull. It sets up a lot of great things. And just like I said with the Eternals, it is a catalyst. You need that movie because it explains a lot of different things that's going to be for the future. Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Ant-Man and the Quantumania are those movies. They're basically the hinge to the door. Without the hinge, you can't properly open that door. And we as YouTubers don't need to go into the business where everything just sucks. We need to go in and be optimistic at times. I told you, I was optimistic when I went to go see Morbius, but Morbius was very boring to me. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. And when I went to go see The Crimes of Grindelwald was boring. I don't want to see, wizard politics. It was very boring. Even though I'm a story guy, the story got boring. You know what I mean? But I didn't just complain, because I already know that if you're going to introduce another portion of this franchise, they know the box office tells the story. And we as YouTubers have to get off the horse of just complaining about every single thing, because we are not getting everything that we want. Now, as far as T'Challa, I'm going to ride on that because he did not die in the source material. So I'm going to I was with Eban when he started that, and I'm going to continue. Even if he's off, I'm still on because I feel like he is an important character. And I'm going to stay on that. But I'm not going to just complain for the sake of just complaining and saying all this is suck, this sucks, that sucks, and then have people come in to champion that everything is just horror, everything is awful, everything's not cool when you're part of this team. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that with this movie because this movie is not nowhere close to bad. I would say go in, have a good time. Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd. He's so charming. He's amazing in this film. Michelle Pfeiffer is amazing. Jonathan Majors. Again, besides Catherine Newton and the MODOK, when MODOK actually shows his face and starts talking, I had no problem with it. I absolutely had no problem with it. And I explore You guys don't get caught into the negativity of everything. Go in with an open mind, see the thing in the bigger picture. I watch Eternals, I look at the bigger picture. And people's like, oh, that movie was boring. Look at the bigger picture. There's certain things that's going to come out why that movie is important. And I still trust. Maybe a lot of people is not on board. And that's cool. I'm one of those rare people that are just optimistic when it comes to the things that I really love and I really care about. And you see the majority of the comics that's in there, 99% of them was MCU besides the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin comic. So of course, I'm invested. I love the product. And if it's wrong, I will point out what's wrong. If it's right, I will point out what's right. I'm not so much of a homer that I can't see the dual side. But again, go have fun. Enjoy the movie. I enjoyed Thor Love and Thunder, even though I felt like it was just way too much joking, way too much goofiness, just silly stuff, slapstick stupid when they didn't need to be. So, I don't know what you said. Please don't be biased. All right. Everyone is being biased. And I'm not going to be derpy. I'm not a biased person. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm not a biased person. I'm a fair person. I'm a Libra. I can't help it. It's the scales. You know what I mean? And I'm not biased because I love the product. But again, like Kendrick said, when shit hits the fan, are you still a fan? And if I say that I'm a fan of something, I'm going to go through the good, the bad, and the indifferent with them. With DC, I have seen every single DC movie. The Suicide Squad, great movie. The Batman, great movie. Joker, great movie. Justice League, Whedon version, sucks. The Snyder Cut, pretty good. Pretty good. It's not great because it's way too much slow motion, but it's still great. I'm a fan of certain DC of DC. I'm just more of a fan of like Batman, the Joker. Joker's one of my favorite villains of all time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sitting there like complain, go, oh, they didn't do this, complain. You know what I'm saying? And just making that the whole entire basis of my conversation. If you understand what I'm talking about, anybody from the sound of my voice, understand is that if I make this channel just on bashing everything that and everything is bad, and look what they're doing, all these women and this, that, and the other, I don't want to make my money like that. I don't want to make fans like that. I want to be fair. And if I think it's good, I think it's good. And if anybody else doesn't think the same way, that's okay. You know what I mean? Plus,
I don't care.
I'm just be honest. Because everybody has an opinion. Anybody can be who they want to be. Or they can like what they want to like. Hell, I'm mad because Lee Majors, and I just read an article on Twitter that they're going to make a Fall Guy movie. I can't even get a Knight Rider movie. Can I get it before David Hasselhoff goes on to be with whoever guy he worships? Can I get one more Knight Rider movie? Can I get one Knight Rider movie? One. We had a Dukes of Hazzard movie. Can I get one Knight Rider movie? That's all I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying? But people at Universal probably is telling me,
I don't care.
Do you know what I mean? So hey, I'm getting that.
The sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Yep, I gotta wrap it up. So let me go ahead and get up out of here. You know what I mean? This is your man Dre Mac again. You know what I mean? I'm not biased. If you know my channel, if you really rock with me, you see my videos, you know where I lean at. I don't lean too far right. I don't lean too far left. I lean right up in the middle. Yep, Blue, you are super late. You were super late. I know you heard the sign.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
I done went through my monologue and everything. But yeah, again, I'm not too far right. I'm not too far left. If something I enjoy it. And I will tell you that I enjoy it. Whether I remember this, and I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. I remember me and E-Man, we had this conversation Well, I gotta do my review to the two. Yes. I remember me and E-Man when I had him on the show and I told him how much I liked Captain Marvel. And his whole face was Captain Marvel. It's all right, but that's just how I can figure out when I know that E-Man likes something and he don't, because like his whole entire he doesn't have a poker face. And I was like, yeah. I was like, what it is basically a MCU version of like a Terminator, like Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You know what I'm saying? Just their version of it, where a person coming from a place where she is not aware of who she is and what she's doing, and she wants to be on this spree to hunting down these particular people. There's no difference, and then she has to be reprogrammed and told who she really is. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that movie. You know what I mean? But people made a big deal about the movie and how it sucked. I'm like, no, it's actually really good. There's nothing wrong with Captain Marvel. It's all I'm saying is if Ant-Man 49% north of critics, regardless if you rely on that, this movie is mid, regardless, audience 70% is all audience we see. I would say this when I went on, for one, again, what I was talking about, Derpy, is superhero fatigue. A lot of these critics are getting tired of superhero movies. They really are, especially after what they went through with phase 4 with the MCU and everything that has happened with DC superhero fatigue. Now, the same critics that said that this was 49% liked Thor Love and Thunder, and Thor Love and Thunder was not that good at all. It was good elements in it, but it's not that good. It's it's way too silly to be taken seriously. That's why I don't listen to critics. That's why I have my own mind. That's why I think for myself. I don't go to Jeremy Johns and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go follow what Jeremy Johns is doing. I don't go to New Rock Stars and be like, yeah, you know what? New Rock Stars said this movie is mid, and I'm gonna go with them. I listened to Grace Randolph, and I was rolling my eyes through the whole entire thing when she was doing her her spoiler review, because I did not agree. And that's okay to not agree. I like the movie. A lot of people are probably not going to like the movie. That's okay. But just to not like it because critics said so is disingenuous to your movie going experience. And what I would recommend is to go there with an open mind, open thoughts, and see if you like the movie. If you go in just like anything, if you go in with negativity, thinking this is just not going to be good because what someone else said or what the critics say, just because they said it, do you have to have that same mindset? What I do is, okay, they said that, let me go find out for myself because I have an open mind. Then when you have an open mind, you clear your mind of any negativity or, even extreme, hope for this movie to be something great. Expectations. I don't carry expectations. What I do is say, let me go see if the movie is good. And then I go into the movie with an open mind, with some popcorn and a soda, and I sit down and I watch the movie. And I gather all the things that I see in the movie that I think is good, that I think is bad, and I make my conclusion. But it's a movie that I can be able to watch again and without having no problems. It's just to laugh at Modoc. If that's what the glee that I get out this movie, well, that's my glee. I'm not telling you to have the same thoughts that I did, that I do. What I'm saying is just be optimistic. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. It's all good. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. All right, he said I like Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain Marvel was good. They didn't like Brie Larson, but I think she's a dope actress. Brie Larson is actually a phenomenal actress. She's phenomenal, and she gets a bad rap or whatever. And I know that it was a lot of stuff they were doing, whatever she said or whatever she was pissing off people, with during the in game. I think it was the in game red carpet or whatever she did. I don't care. Is she a good actress? Yes, that's what I believe. So what do you give this before we wrap it up? I give it 7 out of 10. I like the movie. I think the movie is fun. I love Paul Rudd. I think Paul Rudd is a phenomenal actor. I've been following Paul Rudd's career for a long time. For a long time. So I like Paul Rudd. Michelle Pfeiffer, Jonathan Majors. For real, those are the two people who actually steal the show. Is Jonathan Majors and Michelle Pfeiffer. Very, very, very awesome. Angelina Jilly. No, not Jilly. I'm probably saying her name wrong. Hold on. Um, yeah, Angeline Lilly. It what? Evangeline Jilly. What am I saying? Yeah, she's a supporting character, but she's great. Only problem that I have with this movie is the writing when it came to Cassie Lang and Modoc. But Modoc's face is so hilarious. I laugh at that more than I did to any of the jokes that he was trying to pull off. That part sucked. Not even gonna lie. But I like the movie. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I'm one of the ones that probably in the half side, in the half point. If 49% didn't like it, I'm one of the 41% who did like it. So oh, okay, not a bad score. I disagree, but yours isn't far from mine. I like it. I like it. It was way better than I had a better time in this than I did with Thor: Love and Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Now, Thor: Love and Thunder, I loved it. It was super trippy. Yes, and that's what. And again, I'm one of those people who like weird shit. Like when I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna compare Blue since you're on here. I can compare it to this. I love Godzilla. I'm talking about humongous fan of Godzilla. So when Godzilla versus Kong came out, I'm hyped. I'm into me and the kids at the movies. We going to go. The whole family is going to go see this. And the pandemic happened. I had to watch it on TV. Man, when they went into the center of the earth, dog. Oh my god, seeing all those weird creatures and stuff like that. That I like that. I like that. Journey in the center of the earth. I like that type of stuff. I like weirdness and wackiness. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that just wouldn't make sense to the eye, but it makes sense to me. So why I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars over Star Trek because when I go to different areas and I go to a cantina, I'm seeing all the weirdest, wackiest, what the hell is that? And I get a joy and a kick out of it. That's me. That's what tickles my fancy. I can say that. You know what I mean? That's what gives me joy. It gives me pleasure. That's my pleasure. And that's what I like. So when I seen that in this building, this world, and I'm seeing this world, and I'm like, damn, Kane conquered this with all these weird creatures and houses that float and go in the air, and like, what the hell? If you're a fan of Jack Kirby, if you are a true fan of Jack Kirby, this is literally that CGI for that is a straight love letter to Jack Kirby's weirdness in his drawings. Straight up chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I'm a narrative guy, so I'm looking at a story, and when a lot of plot holes happen, it takes me out of the movie. Again, to me, this movie, and I said this in the earlier portion of it, this is a straightforward film. There's a MacGuffin, which is the time device that he needs to power up his ship. Jetty destroyed it. Scott has to go get it. How do we go get it? And all these things happen. Again, I did not like the simple fact that they made Cassie Lang was the one who built that device after looking at 5 years of Hank Pym's notes. How did she even? I don't buy that. Again, I don't buy that. I don't buy her as Cassie Lang. They should have kept the original Cassie Lang, but they recast her with the girl from Detective Pikachu. She was kind of annoying. She was no different than what she was in Detective Pikachu. There was no difference. There was no, this is Cassie, this is the stature from the comics. She was still the same girl from Detective Pikachu. And I didn't like it. Just flat out, I did not like her in this movie. You know what I'm saying? She could even buy, the emotion of Kane got her, and I didn't buy none of her. None of her. This is one of the only problems that I had with the movie. Now, as far as like I'm when you come into a story narrative point, and again, I'm a story guy. So the narrative is that they get sucked. There's a MacGuffin that gets them sucked into the quantum realm. So how do we get out of the quantum realm and also encounter the biggest fear when you was in the quantum realm came to conquer. You know what I mean? And telling the story and that comes from Ant-Man and the Wasp of Janet's time in the quantum realm, which we started in the beginning, the first Ant-Man movie. So all of that comes into fruition in this movie. Closes a chapter on everything that Janet talked about and all of that. You can say the ending was whack. You know, he got caught up with some ants, you know what I mean? And that was kind of silly. But then you get the Council of Kangs from the comics, and there's plenty of Kangs. You know what I mean? And you get to see the three major Kangs: Ramatut, Immortus, and the Scarlet Centurion. And I'm hyped about that. That's what I'm hyped about. Oh no, the narrative in the movie was fine. I agree. Yeah. You said, yeah, she kept a semi-smile on her face. Not the best act. She was cool for Detective Pikachu, but not for this. Not for this. If it was the original actress, because when she first seen her dad, the way that she cried, and you know what I mean, I would want that actress in this movie. So when Kane gets her, it's nothing weak about crying and being scared, especially if you got a suit. You got your own Ant-Man suit. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to use it for the first time. I could buy the original character, the original actress. I can't buy her. I can't buy her. She was the low point in the movie for me. Other than that, I'm fine. Actually, she could have been cut. That's the only thing I agree with Grace Randolph. She could have been cut for the movie. I would have been cool. I would have been perfectly fine. Other than that, you know, hey, it is what it is.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, because I'm getting to the 1 hour. I'm supposed to be off of here on 29 minutes ago. So yeah. Again, I'm not mad at anybody else who doesn't like the movie, who agrees with the Rotten Tomato score. I'm not. I'm just saying, don't look at the Rotten Tomato score and go with a preconceived notion that this movie is going to be trash, man, because if you already thinking you're going to become. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, hey, enjoy yourself, enjoy your time at the movies, man. Go get some popcorn, enjoy yourself, man. Have just a good time. That's all I'm saying. Have a good time. Other than that, man, I am out. Peace, man. No, you good because now you give the other people. Matter of fact, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask for. I don't even, you know what? I could be one of these people to put this banner up and be like, hey, make sure you support my channel by donating to DeAndre Mack her Cash App. But I don't even do that anymore, because what I want to do is give you guys my opinions and all that stuff, because I enjoy talking to you guys about this stuff. I do it for free. I'm doing it for free right now. You know what I'm saying? But just give me a thumbs up so the algorithm can see Dre Mack is on here talking about something, and maybe it's something that other people would like to see. So that's free. Give me a thumbs up or whatever. But again, man, I appreciate you, giving your insight and stuff like that. I could be able to talk about this, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings to anybody, no whatever. You know what I mean? It's just enjoy yourself. That's all I'm saying. Don't let society, take the joy out of something. You enjoy it for yourself. All right, I'm out of here. Peace and vibe power. Y'all got me without my hat and my forehead shining today. Look at y'all. Y'all special. If you came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking around for the entirety of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little more personal with me, hit me up on my Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, or any of the social medias that you see below you. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.